Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dharma practitioners, especially when you practice yourself, always need to remember to keep clean your mind without looking for result. Because why? The very reason, because we have very behavior, we have very nature to do things with the future result. It's kind of like we have inbuilt nature. But when you come to meditation, when you observe the sensation, if your mind interfere with something, if the mind has a kind of like a different kind of intention, then you cannot become very clear with what you see. So because your intention going to overtake the perception. The perception doesn't have a choice because this is a natural process. The whatever the higher current, things go with it. So then your perception, what will happen, it start to surrender to the desire coming from inside you. So then you miss the opportunity. So then always remember, when you spend the time right now, right here, you complete. When it comes to the days, what is the most important day? What is the most beautiful day? What is the most expensive day? Maybe people say the birthday, Independence Day. Then today in the morning in the Dharma school, I was asking from children. And everybody goes, birthday. Because they once a while they can have fun. They enjoy. But the most beautiful day is today. If something worst happened to you today, what will happen from this point to your life? So for this very moment, if you have the best moment in your life, so are you experiencing that within yourself? Or are your mind is somewhere else, or your mind with the clouds? So then always remember yourself. It will help you to come to the center line. No matter what your history, no matter what your future, in the very first level, you have to remember the moment you experience, the moment you're having today is the most blissful, very expensive moment. So, and at the same time, then when you use that moment, when you go through that moment, are you giving the best from your inside? Or are you making it more dirty or miserable, using your memory or preconditioned mind. You have to question yourself. So then always remember, when you wake up in the morning, receive that gift that you already have. And when you go to sleep, appreciate yourself, the moment you had. When you sit for meditation, sit with the total freedom. In day-to-day life, we depending from many things, and maybe we have to live with the comparison mind. But once you sit for meditation, keep that freedom, keep that clarity, sharpness in you. And sometimes you have to be a little bit hard on you to keep that sharpness in you. If you become too mellow, your inner current not allowing you to that. So then for that, in day-to-day life with activities, the moment whatever you go through, you have to bring this as a habit. The beauty of the consciousness awareness, once it become complete, and you don't feel to do kind of like that, you don't need to have the effort to do. But in the very first level, you have to bring that effort and make it naturalize. So living with the moment in the very basic level, in conventional life, in day-to-day life, apply it to your moment, whatever the moment that you go through, just appreciate it and think you are so blessed to have this moment. Just appreciate it. That appreciation, and in little by little become a habit. That habit is not just you developing a current and you become unconscious. No, it is you going to be the person with the conscious decision to appreciate and accept. So there was a person. He was an ornament seller. And he had the bangles, mala, chains, and the earrings. So many ornaments. He didn't have a vehicle. So what he had a donkey. What he did, he created this donkey as his vehicle and put all that ornaments on the top of the donkey. And now this donkey became so beautiful. Just imagine, the bangles and, the earrings and all the artificial jewelries like, gold. So just imagine how the donkey looked like. And then now he go to village, all the ladies, come around and they spend the time. You know better than me how when they're going to, go for shopping and, selecting the jewelries. They forget about the time, So the whole village, these young girls, all the beautiful girls come and, around the donkey and spend hours. So this guy and the ornament seller had a different habit to talk to the donkey. So when they pass by the dirt road, jungle, and he used to talk to this donkey like this: "Oh, my queen, oh, my sweetheart, oh, my beauty, So here, piece of wood, you don't that step on it. Oh, queen, you have to little bit go from this side. If the donkey is little bit, slow, and he used to talk to donkey, oh, my queen, you getting late, there are all the beautiful ladies waiting for you. So it's better, little bit, go fast. And if the donkey go fast, and he used to call the donkey, oh, sweetheart, it is better you go little bit slow because all these valuable, ornaments, if something break, no one going to buy. So like that, he used to talk to this donkey with all the beautiful words. And one day, he was cleaning the donkey. And then his grandmother was next to him and watching this. So he used to call this all the nice word, beautiful words to the donkey. Oh, my queen, sweetheart. So like that. And the grandmother asked from this man, do you think this donkey understand this? That you telling this all the queen and sweetheart or kind of like that? Do you think this donkey can understand it? Do you think this donkey know this? The meaning? And then this man told, oh, my grandma, you have no idea when I go to village and all the young ladies come to buy these jewelries. All the time it happened. I always around the ladies. So if I talk to this donkey in a very harsh, very rough, bad words, maybe by mistake, what will happen when that lady is around this donkey, maybe by mistake from my mouth, that if that words come out, what will happen? It is not good because that all that beautiful lady is going to hear that. And then what will happen? It is not good for me. And it is not good for the environment. And it creates an unpleasant environment. And it is not good for my business. But now I talk this kind of words, and even if the donkey do any kind of mistake in front of people, naturally myself in my mouth, this all the nice words come in front of this all the young beautiful ladies. So then there's no risk because I already practice and develop a good environment. So see, in day-to-day life, the habitual pattern, it is not that you become unconscious, you get into a habit. But in the very first level, we have to develop something to taming our mind. We have to develop some kind of profitable cultivation inside us to bring us a good benefit. Why? Because through this samsaric journey, the behavior that we had maybe not the exactly right. So now you have opportunity with your wisdom, with your understanding, with your knowledge. Now you can develop a very good foundation for you. So that foundation, day by day, it will develop a strong current inside you. That current itself become your discipline. That when that current itself become higher, It develops your conviction, the faith to yourself. Why? Because it is who you are. And then on the top of that, naturally, you build up a discipline. So then it becomes self-discipline to you, and it is more comfortable for you. You don't feel any kind of disagreement within your own behavior. That brings the solid foundation to your inner practice. Because when we sit for meditation, who come against us? Our own behavior, our own mind, our own thoughts. We have disagreement with us. That disagreement, don't think it come right away because of you're just going to practice meditation. No, just think yourself. Every day, we already develop a disagreement in our mind, moment by moment, with everything around us. Rather than developing a balance, mostly what we did, rather than developing a connection, rather than bringing the harmony, rather than understanding what we did, we resist. We trying to find a way to disconnect. We try to find a way to push it away. And that disagreement 24/7 always in us. And we build it as a current through this entire samsaric journey. Even within ourselves, that the more than the outside world, the most of people in the world have the disagreement within their own body and mind. That is why people get into anxiety, depression, many other things. So that's why mostly when we close our eyes, it becomes very difficult for us to get into tranquility state. Because that disagreement is our very nature. Why? Because we had the behavior to disagree. But from now, start a new path yourself. Build up the connection. Build up the harmony. Build up the acceptance. Open your mind, open your heart. Don't afraid for things or the situations. It is okay. You can go through this. Only thing is you have to develop the awareness. When you don't have the awareness, that is where the disagreements come. So once you have the awareness, once you recognize the situation, there is nothing to disagree, because that recognition itself already harmonizes it. So then practicing meditation means it is just not closing eyes and just settle down with the primary mental object. Just imagine if your mind able to come to a point to harmonize with your body and mind, the breathing, and the environment around you, and expand the capacity. How about if you come to a point or the moment and you become the epicenter and you harmonize with each and every cell in your body, and it build up the connection and transform that connection to entire and develop the web. And it's kind of like a creating entire connection through this entire universe with each and every atom. Just imagine. If you're able to accept everything in this universe, what will happen to you? If you're able to harmonize with everything in this universe, how will be the experience in you? If you're able to open your heart to everything in this universe without any comparison, what will you experience? You can do that. You are the only one can do it when it comes to other animals. Other all animals bound to something. They have no that freedom. But you are the one who has that freedom. You are the one who has that ability. You are the one who has that wisdom. So why we cannot do it? Because rather than agreement, we always become more comfortable. We feel good with disagreements. And that's why always we look for things to disagree. Because it deeply, for a moment, it brings us the satisfaction or the thrill or the joy. Look into yourself. And you, for the victory, for the joy, for the satisfaction, how many things you took and to develop the self-centered power, how many moments you created and you went through disagreements, how many things in life you came to point you didn't agree with things and you won the case. And you was happy for the moment. But then what happened when the very next day when you wake up? That what happened to that happiness? What happened to that joy? And because your mind has a current, look for disagreements. And then you look for something. See, that you will never find the victory in this life when you go with that disagreements. It creates many dramas around you, more and more. So whatever the current that you develop in your mind, remember, it brings the invitation to the world. It's going to come around you and sit. So then now you know the secret. When you develop the agreements or the harmony, surrender, acceptance, for the moment, maybe it is kind of like irritating inside you, difficult inside you, hard to bear inside you. But by the time you're going to win. That winning is not just depending from the moment. You winning means you winning the entire journey. That is what you need. So then start within yourself. At least when you sit, the victory means not gaining something. You know, it's not a kind of like a, you know, like a competition, like Olympic Games. No, it is not like that. It is deeply surrender, acceptance. In that acceptance deeply, you develop the recognition. You get hold with the recognition when you accept. But when you resist, what will happen? That resistance happen always with the deeper inner current. Always to go against things, go against things. When you Observe inhalation, exhalation. That is what you experience within your own mind. So whatever the current you develop, you experience that. So then better than me, you know about you, what you experience, and then you should know why you experience it, because in day-to-day life, that is the current you develop in you. So then be conscious. Be conscious all the time. And why? Because now you know, even though we deal with other people or other things in the outside world, end of the day, we have to deal with our own heart and mind. So then for the moment, maybe it is very difficult for you to accept something with other people or other things. But it is okay. Why? Because you know the secret. When you develop this as an art, in the very next day, when you close your eyes and sit, the connection already there. So in the very first level, to develop that tranquility meditation, remember, and apply it to your day-to-day life. Bring it out of your bodily, verbally, and mentally action. Use it. And always, rather than resisting, rather than disconnection, and be with the moment, be with the situation, be with the environment, knowingly that you are doing this consciously. And then you will see how things change inside you. That change is the important. That change is the important. So this is the key point that you can apply to bring that change to yourself and experience that change. That experience itself, the connection that you build itself, it is just not only for the moment. Remember, that connection you need to transform yourself to get out of this sansaric journey, and which we call the experience of the liberation or the experience of the ultimate bliss of Nibbana. So I wish upon everyone in the very first level, in the very first moment, we offer this whole practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And by the power of this meritorious act, may all of us get out of the sickness or the disease or aging and the death and the suffering. And finally, may all of us attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Also, we transfer these merits to our guardian angels and deities. May they be able to gain these merits and have a longevity with themselves and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chammehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Imaya dhamma anudhamma patipattiya buddhang pujemi Dhammang pujemi sanghang pujemi attaya imaya patipattiya jati jaravya maranam ha paribunjissami idammi punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.